You're doing well. Jump on, jump on, jump on. As you can see, I am in a hotel. I'm on the road. I'm in Arizona. I have to speak at a school board meeting tonight, but I wanted to hop on for a little while and talk to you. So do me a big favor and chime in. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, when you come on, introduce yourself and tell me where you're watching from. I want to talk to you. I want to talk about this whole Carnival Cruise situation, and I want to talk about Sade Perkins and about the school board meeting that I'm going to do tonight. When you come on, introduce yourself. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We have here Abstract Art Johanan. Good afternoon. How's it going? Bernie 07. Good afternoon from Florida. Florida in the building. What's going on? All right, both of you all are on from Florida, Bernie and Abstract. Thank you so much for tuning in. Charmaine Springfield Glover. Hello, brother. How are you? Georgia/Tennessee. All right. Alton R. Green. Good afternoon. Continue your great work. Alton Green, Highland, California. California in the building. Precious Heart, New York, Nassau County. All right. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Brenda Guillory. How are you doing, Brenda? It's good to have you on with me. This won't be a long conversation, but I do want to touch on some critical issues that are taking place right now in our country. You know, we're living in crazy times, and there's much to address, much to talk about. And so, hey, I just want to chime in for a little bit with you guys. Who else do we have? Brenda Guillory says, from Lake Charles, Louisiana. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll give it a few more moments and then we'll get rolling. I have been up, my friends, since, oh boy, since about 4 something this morning because I had to leave North Carolina and fly to Arizona because I'm speaking at a school board meeting tonight and I'm a little bit tired, but I'm going to do this live and take a power nap and then I'm going to get up and rock and roll. I have to speak at a church today around 4 o'clock and then do the school board meeting around 6. And so we're rocking and rolling, but it's about 115 degrees here in Arizona. It's crazy. I mean, it is mad. It is mad crazy here. When I say it's hot, 115 degrees. Man, listen, I tell you what, the devil's sitting outside talking about, I give up. I saw Satan walking up. Satan said, man, I give up, Doc. It's hot out here. Who we have? Mew Mew. It says Jesus is Lord. And then Jax is on from Houston. And then Z Highness. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Blessings from Florida, hot Florida. All right, now Florida is not as hot as Arizona right now. It's not 115 degrees. I don't think so. Charmaine says, sounds about right with dry air. That's right. That's right. And see, North Carolina heat and Florida heat is not the same as Arizona heat. In Arizona, it's like being in the oven, right? In North Carolina, there's some, there's humidity, and so you get very muggy and all that good stuff. But out here, man, it's just straight oven, 115 degrees. It's amazing. Listen, don't melt out there. I hear you, Z Highness, man. They say that black don't crack, but black do melt. And so, man, I don't know. I'm trying to stay hydrated, keep my fluids in me. Matter of fact, speaking of that, I need to get up and grab me a bottle of water before we get this thing rolling. Let me get something. Oh yeah. Oh Oh yeah. I got some water. What y'all doing looking around in my hotel room? Being all nosy. I'm messing with you. Got me 2 bottles of water. And I got some Skittles. That's what I got. That's what I got, y'all. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But we're gonna get into this conversation today. I appreciate you all for jumping on and joining me. I appreciate you. You're so kind. Do me a big favor right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, would you be so kind to do that right now? If you have not subscribed to the channel, do that. And I say this all the time when I make my videos, that there is no rhythm like the algorithm. So subscribe, but also smash the thumbs up icon. Smash that, or double tap your screen right now. Just do it. Double tap the screen, and we need to get the thumbs up. That's what helps push us out through the algorithm. This is all the things that you have to do when you become a YouTube influencer. You have to work the algorithm. So smash the thumbs up icon. Let's get that up, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for doing that. I see the number going up. Please smash the thumbs up icon. If you're driving, don't smash it because you don't want to wreck your car. But if you are sitting down in the same manner that I am, and you are just so kind today, smash the thumbs up icon and support your dear brother, John Amanchukwu. All right. But yeah, man, it's hot out here. So when I landed, I met with a friend of mine. His name is Connor. He works for TPUSA. He picked me up from the airport. Then we came to the hotel. He dropped off the rental car that we're going to use today when we go to the school board meeting, and I'll be with security and everything like that. I grabbed some breakfast over there. Man, I had some of the best bacon. Now, I try not to eat pork too much, but I had some of the best bacon that Arizona has to offer, and they made it right. They made that bacon right. It had a little crunch to it too. They didn't burn it, but it had a little crunch to it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you just don't know what I'm talking about. But the bacon don't need to be too flimsy. All right, it doesn't. It doesn't need to be too hard either. But it was just perfect. Just got to celebrate the little things. Sally Bivens is on. She says hello from Peoria, Arizona. All right, and so I'm speaking at a school board meeting tonight in the Arizona area, in Tempe, Arizona to be exact. There are many issues going on at the school board meeting. They're pushing pornographic books on children, as you know. Last week or so, about last week, about 2 weeks from now, we'll say that. The Supreme Court ruled that parents are able to opt out of LGBTQIA plus curriculum. Man, that's a blessing, right? That's something that we've all prayed for and fought for. This took place with the Mahmood versus Taylor court case, where parents were being forced to keep their children in different curriculums and or content that went against their belief system. And so parents did not like that, and so they took it all the way up to the Supreme Court. I mean, that's sad when you have to take that all the way up to the Supreme Court. Parents should be able to opt out from the beginning. Why? Because that's my child, that's my son, that's my daughter. You don't tell me what to do with my child. You can't make me teach my kid about homosexual sex. I mean, what y'all think this is? You can't make me teach my child about heterosexual sex and show them all of these different videos and movies and books and talk about stuff and wave the pride flag in front of them. No, the devil is a liar. That's my child. Now, how you gonna tell me that I can't opt my child out of that? Now, those are fighting words. If you agree with me, post something below. Do you believe that those are fighting words? Like, seriously, that's a good way. That is a good way to get a 4 to 5. What is a 4 to 5, Pastor John? I'm glad you asked. A 4 to 5 is 4 to 5 minutes of me tearing your tail up because you done rubbed me the wrong way trying to mess up my child. Now, don't mess with nobody's kids. Now, you can talk about me, okay? You can talk about my daddy. On a good day, I might let you talk about my mama. But don't mess with John Patrick, Pamela, and John Jr. Did you hear what I said? April Chapman, I'm here. I'm here, girl. I'm just trying to keep it real, April. A 5-minute beat down. That's what it is. Definitely fighting words. You gonna mess up my kids? Oh, we got to go. We really got to fight because you just telling me that not only are you gonna play in my face, that you're gonna put your finger in my face. There's some pet peeves we all have. Don't nobody like nobody putting their finger in their face and playing in anybody's face. But you're just gonna sit there and spit in my face and say, no, oh no, oh no. John Jr., my son John Jr., he's 8. He must learn about inserting certain instruments into parts of his body. That's an exit. And I'm supposed to go along with that? I'm surprised that there weren't riots in Maryland. Maryland, they like to riot for stupid stuff. But I'm surprised that they weren't rioting up there, that the parents weren't coming together saying, hold up now, we will turn the school upside down. I got to get off this, but that's getting me going. Just the thought of someone telling me that no, your child is going to have to do X, Y, Z, and there's nothing that you can do about it. All right, man, let me move on. Let me get off that. So yeah, I'm here in Tempe, Arizona, speaking at a school board meeting tonight. I'm asking that all of you would be so kind to pray for me. Pray for me, indeed. I need your prayers. Lift me up before Almighty God. I'm sure that some of the liberals are going to come. I'm hearing that this is probably the most woke school board in Arizona. All of the libtards are pretty much in this district, and yeah, I'll be going to that school board meeting tonight and speaking, and hopefully I'm able to get my 3 minutes. Depending on the number of speakers that they have, they may reduce your time from 3 minutes, 2 minutes to 1 minute. So get this, I flew 4 hours to speak from anywhere to 3 to 1 minutes, right? And this makes, I've already gone to 20 states thus far, and this will make my 8th stop this year. And so we're fighting, we're contending, we're doing everything that we know to do to stand in the gap for children. And hey man, do me a big favor, pray for me, pray for my children, pray for my wife, pray for my family, pray for my strength, pray for my mind, pray that God would give me the wherewithal to say what needs to be said, and that he will continually give me divine wisdom and understanding and protection. Bernie says this is what happens when you remove God from our schools. You're right. This is what happens. But what we're also seeing, Bernie, is that not only was God removed from the public school system in 1962 and in 1963, but we're seeing that God has been removed from the Christian church. God is not even welcome in most Christian churches today. He's not. If you most churches today, I don't want to paint with a broad brush. I have to do better at that. A lot of churches today, all right, are heavy on psychology, heavy on helping people reach their best destiny and have their pie in the sky down here, be the best stockbroker, be the best, business owner, purpose-driven life. That kind of Christianity dominates the Christian church today. So much so that typically most preachers today will give you 3 to 4 minutes of scripture. Beyond that, it's about them, their vacation, their cat, their dog, the time that they, did something cool or neat. That's why everybody needs all of these different, props to preach today. It's that Mike Todd flair of Christianity. You can't preach, so you have to use instruments to help you preach because you've moved far from the Word of God. I mean, that is exactly where we are today. Alton R. Green says, and not a word from our so-called civil rights leaders. You are right. Many of our civil rights leaders today, they are fighting for something that we already have. And so they're keeping a fake fight alive so that they can keep their pockets loaded with money. Because white liberals have a keen way of spotting the Negro who's willing to sell their soul just for a check. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it happens. It happens every day. We see it. There's a fungus amongst us. And that's right, Bernadette Johnson. Amen. For the love of money is the root cause of all evil, which some have coveted after and have pierced themselves through with many sorrows. That's the word of the Lord. And that's where we are as a culture today. So that's what I'm doing in Tempe, Arizona. Pray for me. Now, on to this whole conversation. Man, I don't even know where I want to start. There's so much to talk about. Let's talk about Carnival. Y'all want to? Let's start there. Let's talk about Carnival. Carnival is sick of clowns. There's some other words that I would say, but I'm trying to do better. It's not profanity, but I don't want to say the N word on here. Because when we say the N word too much, we make people like Shiloh Hendrix feel like she can say it to a 8 or 10-year-old child. I digress. However, Carnival is sick and tired of black folk coming on their cruise line, starting mess and perverting their business. They're sick of it. So much so that they put in some new policies. And these policies are simple, because many of these ships, man, they carry sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. And when you get that many people concentrated together in one location, everyone's drinking, everyone's trying to turn up. People are smoking reefer. I posted on X and on Facebook and on Instagram that I hate the smell of weed. I hate it. I hate the smell of marijuana, whatever you want to call it, skunk, purple kush, reefer, dope, all that junk. I hate the smell of marijuana. It's disgusting. And as these laws are being passed, where people are allowed to, smoke weed and do it out in the open. I was in New York about 5 years ago, man. I saw people just rolling up. You know how they do. They get the weed and they put it in the paper and they roll it up and they start licking it. I mean, and then they just smoke the joint. And what got me when this guy was smoking the joint, he was sitting there, he rolled it up, licked it, did all that other stuff, nasty, all out in public, lit it up. Started smoking it, and the cops were standing 2 feet from him. And he was just casually in Manhattan, sitting on the bench, cops 2 feet away, just smoking weed. And I guess at that time, New York had just recently passed a law where you could do that. I mean, that was a turnoff. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, man, this is crazy. When you live in a culture, when you live in a society where you can just roll up a joint right beside the cops, and the cop sit there and he gets, secondhand contact, gets into his uniform. The cop has, a baton. He has some pepper spray, some handcuffs, a gun, and a taser. But this little Ingrid, this little Negro, can sit there and just roll up a joint right beside a cop. Man, we've gone too far with these laws. I don't support any person who's pushing the support of legalizing marijuana. I'm not for that. Don't legalize marijuana. We need to take that in the opposite direction, because everywhere I turn, people are smelling like weed. And it's killing the mindset and the brain cells. It kills your brain cells. It kills your brain cells. Y'all remember that. What was that? Lean on Me. It's killing your brain cells. Sam, it's killing your brain cells. You want to jump? Jump then, jump. That's Lean on Me, y'all. If you've never seen it, go watch it. It's a classic. But it kills your brain cells. Everybody that I know who smokes weed, and who did it for a long period of time, I don't want to say they're dumb. Lord help me. I don't want to say, I would say that they're lazy. It's true. That's true. I don't want to call them dumb. Don't want to say that they're lazy. But these folk be slow, y'all. They slow. Just slow. It's like the elevator. The elevator around the 5th floor, it doesn't just quite go up to the 6th floor. You lose something. You lose something in your mental faculties when you constantly smoke weed. And so Carnival has recently made it plain that, look, we have to clean things up because we're losing business. We're losing the kind of clientele that's going to pay top dollar to get on our cruise line. All of these $59 cruise packages, $99 cruise packages, these are what you call hood rates. I want you to know this. I'm not taking Crystal, John Patrick, John Jr., and Pamela on a ship for 2 weeks, for a week, or whatever people do it for, and the rate is $99 for the week. It's not going to happen. Well, Pastor John, are you saying that you don't want to be around people who pay that rate? I'm saying that there's some people who pay that rate that I don't want to be around. That is true. That is true. What I have learned is that the more you pay for a thing, the more a thing is valued, you begin to get into a different class and focus of people. I'm trying to be kind in how I say it. It's almost like trailer park culture or urban hood culture. There's a way that people take care of things that you rent, and there's a way that people take care of things that you own. Hello, somebody. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me today, so I'm gonna say it myself. No one wants to pull up in a neighborhood and you have mold and on your house, and the shutters are falling off. You got 20 cars, some parked on the street and in the driveway. You got 2 cars on the left side of the house, 2 cars in the front of the house, 2 cars on the right side of the house, 3 cars in the back of the house. You got a car that your granddaddy had that's just sitting there, and grass and weeds have grown up through the metal of the car. And the car has, eroded, but the vehicle is still there and it's just sitting there for decades. But we get mad when the white man comes along, or capitalists, and they begin to move these people off to a certain part of town where they can just let them just do what they want to do. If you want your house to look like a shanty, we're going to move you to a side of town where it doesn't matter. If you want your home to look like squalor, you can have it. We'll put you in a location of town. The name of the street's probably going to be Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. You know, we're gonna position you on the side of town where you can just be as trailer park-ish or as hood-ish as you want to be. And so Carnival said, all right, we got to fix these blanks. And this is what we're gonna do. Number one, we're gonna start a youth curfew. Guests 17 and under must leave public spaces by 1 a.m. Now you have to ask yourself, what is a minor doing out at 1 a.m. on a ship anywhere? Anyway, right? Loitering, hanging out on the ship. It's hot with a hoodie on over your head. Now I don't understand that. Why do we like to put hoodies on our heads? And it's 115 degrees outside. What, I mean, why do we like to do that? All right, C4 Wolf has a question. Says, so what will be the response? What would the response be if they only increased the price by $900 for a week? Would that create smoke? It depends. You know what I mean? Is that $900 per person? You know, it just depends. What I do know is that I've lived both experiences. When things cost a certain amount, when a zip code requires a certain level of status and or bank account, things change. They do. My old neighborhood that I lived in, across the street in another neighborhood, they started putting Section 8 housing there. And slowly but surely, the people who lived in Section 8 housing were coming over to my neighborhood, which was a brand new neighborhood at that time, and they were stealing bikes, stole my son's bike, hanging out on the side of my house. I came out one night, man, to dump the trash can, and it was a group of 5 to 6 kids just standing on the side of my house. And at the time I had about 5 guns. I mean, I had my shotgun. I had the pump. I had the Mossberg pump. But we got 5 to 6 fools on the side of our house. Stuff started getting missing. We had a pool in the neighborhood that they put there that they finally built. You know, HOA is something, man. They were supposed to build that pool for the moment we moved in. It took them 5 to 6 years to build it. Finally built the pool, and here come the jungle from the Section 8 housing community. All right, coming over to the neighborhood. And the thing is, if you're gonna sneak your way into the neighborhood and go to the pool, how about be decent? How about don't go down there and get into fights and curse people out and make suggestive statements and comments about women who are in bathing suits? There were some men who were upset because their wives and kids were going to the pool. And these jokers were going out there saying all kinds of things to their spouse. Don't know how to act. I mean, so you've already broken into the neighborhood. You're not supposed to be here. At least have good behavior. That's the same thing that I say to these criminal, illegal aliens. You're here illegally. At least you can do Hector or Jamario or Marshawn or whatever your name is. I don't know. Whether you are a white Afrikaner or whether you are Asian, Hispanic, or Haitian or Nigerian, if you come here illegally, let me get them all so it won't nobody be offended. But if you come here illegally, at least abide by the laws. Abide by it. Drive on the right side of the street. Don't bring fentanyl into our communities. Don't be raping anybody. Don't be the next person who kills Lake and Riley. Don't do that. And it's the same kind of mindset, man, on these ships. Get on the ship and you want to hang out, and you're a minor, and you hanging out past 1 a.m., man, that doesn't make any sense. Number two, stricter drug enforcement. Stricter drug enforcement. Cannabis, even if legal in your home state, is banned on board under federal law. This is what Carnival Cruise is doing. Violators face removal and permanent bans. So they were bringing all the dope. All the dope. They got all their reefer. And keep in mind, they had to fly from wherever they were. They had to fly from wherever they were with all that reefer, or find the weed man in whatever given city that they docked in. Find the weed man, however they did it. Get there, you know, do their thing and get on the ship. Everybody smoking. Gums, black, ashy gray. Gum so black, you spit yoo-hoo. Don't make no sense. Messing up your lips, messing up your fingernails, burn marks on your lips because you've been smoking a roach. It's sad. That's right, Kathleen. People can get high by being in proximity. That is true. Smoking is a nasty spirit. That's a nasty vice. You stink. It messes up your mouth. It puts a odoriferous odor on you. But yet and still, these people come back and forth smoking, chiefing. Eyes become discolored. I already told you about the lips. Mess your lips up. Fingernails look all nasty. Yeah. Weed culture. Carnival is cracking down on it, and I'm glad that they are. Some people are calling this racism. Well, if this is what you call racism, keep it coming. Because we need to make sure that people can go on vacation and enjoy their vacation and not have to deal with chaos. There's another one. No handheld, non-battery fans on board. See, y'all took that boots on the ground song too far. You took it literally. All right? Now Carnival has come out and said, you know what, you can't bring them on. And if it don't have a battery in it, we don't want it. Because everybody was doing that. They would put that boots on the ground song, flat, 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 which I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That song is obnoxious to me. I don't know. Everybody has their pet peeves. But that song, Boots on the Ground, is as obnoxious to me as someone drinking a cup of coffee first thing in the morning and they're slurping it. Or someone eating something and they're just smacking. I mean, my God. Yeah, man. All that fan popping. So you got a group of 300, 400 folk in the club on the cruise line, popping their fans. They don't want that. They don't want it. Alton Green says, bravo, Carnival Cruise. Just off an 8-day cruise vacation, will not be in another Carnival Cruise anytime soon. Folks came on board already lit up. Cannot stand the reefer smell. See, y'all thought I was lying. Y'all thought I was lying, but I ain't lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. That's what they used to say back in the country. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I'm not lying. This man just went on a cruise for 8 days and he done told you too much reefer. And he said bravo, and he put a black clapping emoji. So it's a brother, ain't a white man. So if y'all don't get mad at the white folk for saying it, because even if they do say it, it's true. This is a brother talking. Z Heine says you cannot act classless. I agree, you can't, you shouldn't. Here's another one. No Bluetooth speakers in public areas. I mean, now come on. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna come on a cruise with hundreds of people, thousands of people, and you're gonna bring your own JBL speaker. You're gonna go to Radio Shack and get your own boombox. And then you're gonna bring that on board and you're gonna play it so loud that it disturbs everyone else around you. This is crazy. Who does that? You gonna bring your, I mean, the cruise ship is already playing music. But no, you want your music. We don't want to hear that other music. We want our music. We want to turn up. They don't do it like us. They don't sing our song. We can't go in. We can't turn up unless we hear our, our music. I got to hear that. I got to hear that new Drake. I got to hear that Lamar. That Lamar get me going. I got to hear something from the Bayhive. If Beyonce ain't on it, I don't want it. just ignorant. And so you want to play your own music so bad that you bring your own boombox. Carnival said, cut it, no more. And then here's another one: DJs restricted to pre-approved playlist. In other words, we ain't playing Pastor Troy, We Ready. That's a song. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. See, that's a song they used to play in the club back in the day. When that song came on, it's like a demonic spirit to fight just broke out in the club. All right. Many people know my testimony. I was a bouncer in the club for a couple years before giving my life to Christ. I know all about this. Okay. Yeah. Once that song came on, it was like, man, it's time to fight. And as a bouncer, you're like, all right, let me get ready. Let me put my drink down. Let me get my shoulder ready. let me stretch a little bit because I might have to throw out a fool because they get ready to get buck in this club. Yeah, it makes no sense. These things should not take place. And the last one that I'll share with you is this one. They are going to strictly enforce a cap on alcoholic beverages. I want y'all to guess what the cap is going to be. Let's do this. 5 cups, 10 cups, or 15 cups. 5 drinks, alcoholic at that. 10 drinks or 15 drinks. What's the cap? What's the cap now? 5, 10, or 15? Charmaine said 20. She drinking, y'all. She drinking. Charmaine, put that Hennessy and Hypnotic down, girl. Charmaine Springfield Glover said 20. Girl, I'm gonna tell your pastor. All right, I mess with you, Charmaine. C4 Wolf says 5. Z Highness says 5. Charmaine said 15. Robert Dalton says 5, a good limit. Okay. Linda Harge said it should be 2. Charmaine said, I'm just being funny. She says 1 now. Okay. Oh man, what's the limit? 5, 10, or 15? Sonia says at that point, Ray, it's time to turn on the lights and make the announcement. Time to go. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. That's that Marty Marr. That's that Martin Lawrence right there. That's what that is. Charmaine said, well, none, I don't drink. All right. Bernie said 5. I'd be blitzed. So five will get you tipsy. All right. Delano Murray says 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Man, the new limit, the cap is 15 drinks. 15 alcoholic beverages in a day. Now hold up now. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Talk to me. How many of you all drink 15 bottles of water a day? Or 15 cups of water? Just name a time that you drunk 15 cups of anything. Name a time. Name a time. 15 cups of gin and tonic, of rum and coke, of Coronas, 15 Bud Lights. Talk to me. Talk to me. You mean to tell me you got people out there, men and women, you drinking like a fish like that? 15 drinks? Come on, man. Somebody gonna die. Now, when are they fighting and going crazy out there? 15. 15 drink alcohol cap. That's crazy. And y'all wondering why Carnival making these changes. The average person, man, you give them 2 cups and they ready to tell you their life story and everything that went wrong. 3 cups. Now they fighting. 4 cups. Throwing up all over the balcony. 5 cups. She married, he married, but he walking around grabbing people private parts. 6 cups. Oh man, just cancel Christmas. Let alone 15 cups. Y'all know something wrong with that. Haywood, G26 says, I can't lie. When I was in the world, I drunk a 12-pack. Okay, Haywood, you did that. Okay. Where was that at, Haywood, for one? And 12 ain't 15. Okay? 12 ain't 15. And Haywood, you probably had to build up to that level of debauchery to drink a whole 12-pack, my man. That ain't no starter level stuff. You probably started drinking when you were 10. You understand what I'm saying? You just had a high tolerance. That's a whole lot of beer. I mean, like, seriously. And so there's a lot of backlash going on right now. I have a video on my YouTube channel talking about this, talking about the whole Carnival Cruise situation. You can take a look at that video. I'm not going to go through all of the details, but I just wanted to bring this up again because there's some people who are going into the comments on that main video. Go watch it. I released it yesterday. There's some people going into the comments and they're mad at me because I pointed out that, you know, it's not racist. Carnival should have done this a long time ago. Carnival has to protect their business. Those ships cost. The fuel cost. The manpower cost. They have a budget. They have an operating budget. They have to pay salaries. Oh yeah, people have to get paid. This ain't no joke. You got to clean it up, and that's what they're doing. Sonia says a lot of people drink more than that. Man, that's crazy. These people need Jesus. They need deliverance. Haywood says, you're right, I started young. I know a little something about something, Haywood. Yeah, I knew you had to start young. Notice that he didn't put his age up there. He just said, I started young, bruh. But yeah, that's too much. That's too much. C4 Whoop says, so you got 250 guests drinking and 250 people counting. That's funny. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. All right, next story. I want to talk a little bit about this whole Sade Perkins situation. Sade Perkins. This is the girl who has been going viral on TikTok, just being a loudmouth. All right, and she's the one that said that, you know, Donald Trump is to blame for the storm in Texas and what happened, and that the camp, Mystic Camp, was an all white girl camp, and these people deserve this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Sade Perkins has lost her mind, but I want to give you some details about her. Sade Perkins accused Camp Mystic of being a white-only camp and claimed the tragedy is only getting attention because the victims are white girls. This came after a deadly flood killed 59 and injured dozens, mostly teens, at the Texas camp. Her remarks were made while she served on Houston's Food Insecurity Board. Mayor John Whitmire fired her. She got fired on her day off, calling her remarks inappropriate and divisive. Her white pastor boyfriend publicly condemned her comments, calling them destructive and racist. Now. See, it's always the people who like to talk about racism, who like to call whites this and that, but they sleeping with the white dude or the white girl themselves. And my thing is, hey, if you fall in love with someone of the opposite sex and they're a different ethnicity, I have no problem with that. If a man wants to marry someone that's white and vice versa, I have no problem with that at all, just as long as it's an adult, okay? And the opposite sex, I have no problem with it. But I do have a problem with your Ketanji Brown Jacksons. Married to a white man, but always talks about blacks being disenfranchised and racism. Kamala Harris. And listen, her husband, it's not like she married Brad Pitt, right? I mean, come on. She didn't marry a Sylvester Stallone white dude. She married Doug. That's who she married. And she's always talking about racism. You know, a lot of these people who love to talk about racism, they're married and or dating white people. It's crazy. Someone put in the comment, Z Heinen, she said, is Candace O like that too? Oh, I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. If there's been a time that she's done that, I can't speak to the intent of her heart on what she's saying. She was one of the original ones calling out a lot of the insanity in the Democrat Party, which was true. I stood with her on that. Like I said in the beginning, I can care less about who she dates and or marries, you know, the question is, look, you can't spend your whole career talking about that stuff and racism, but you're married to someone that's white. It's kind of odd. Now, does that mean that a person that's married to someone in an interracial couple that they can't point out racism, that they lose their ability to do so? No, it doesn't. But it does mean something when you are trying to race bait and race hustle and capitalize off of that at the same time. There, something stands out. You know what I mean? It's something stands out when you do that. And so, Shadi Perkins, yeah, her boyfriend is supposedly a pastor. Some people are saying that he's a part of this whole Scientology cult. And so she's making videos showing off her house and things of that nature. But that's not even her house. That's his house. And why in the world would you take a tragedy? You know, 160 people and counting have lost their lives. And there are dozens of people who haven't been found. Why in the world would you now turn that into some type of race issue? How low do you have to be? How disgusting do you have to be to go that far and do that? I mean, what kind of person are you? All right? So here's some ironic and hypocritical elements. Sade Perkins. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. Sadie, don't mess up my girl's name over that clown. Oh, is it? So it's Sadie. Y'all help me out. I don't know. I've been calling her Shadi. Shadi, Sadie. Yeah, Sadie. Okay, it should be spelled Say-DEE. Thank you, Sonia. See, your name is so easy. You can say it, Sonia. Sade. All right, Sade Perkins preaches about race-based oppression while dating a white pastor who completely rejects her narrative. Now, what's she gonna do? She gonna pack up her bags and leave? She should. She should. All right. Now they're saying it's Shadi or Sade. Now, see, this is the problem. See, this is the problem with us right now. This is the problem with us. We give these names that can't nobody pronounce. Now, which one is it now, y'all? Talk to me. Is it Sadie, Saydee, or is it Shade, Sha-DE? Can y'all help a brother out? This is why we can't do anything. This is why we can't move forward. Why? Because we can't even get a name right. we can't even get a name right. Sade Sadie. Sade said, this is why we can't do nothing. Her own partner, Sade, we're gonna do Sade right now. Sade's partner, the white dude who leads a progressive church, had to distance himself from her worldview. Oh Lord, Joyce Lucas said it's Sada. How do you say that, Joyce? Sada. Sada. Sade. Sada. Is that, I don't, it need to be an H in there somewhere to help me get the shot. Oh Lord, we can't do nothing. This is what's wrong with our community. These names. Chris Ferguson, PDH, that's what it is, PDH. All right, George Lucas says Shy Day. Shy Day. All right, Shy Day. So Sada is how you spell it, but you pronounce it Shy Day. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with the American education system. That's the problem. Robert Dalton, not the first time he's heard her speak like that. True. Oh, listen, Robert Dalton, let me tell you something, my friend. These are the kinds of women that you should stay away from. Any man that's foolish enough to marry her, you are marrying a lifetime of misery. Because she's not going to listen to you. She's not going to listen to you. In the moment you get into an altercation or a disagreement, she gonna do that stuff. She gonna do that stuff that she do. All that loud talking, all that sass, won't listen to you, won't hear you, tone is not right, all that stuff, and things are just gonna crumble from there. Because at the end of the day, any hardworking man, any decent man, any good man don't want to hear that. And I still gotta work, take care of you, provide, take care of the kids, everything like that. And that's how you think you should talk to me? No, that's why she's single. That's why she's single. She's not with a black dude, because the average black dude is not gonna go for that, Robert. Hear me, brother. The average black dude gonna say, all right, you halfway cute. She ain't all the way cute. She halfway cute. I'm not gonna put up with this. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else where I can get some peace. Because you're running up my blood pressure with all of them words and all that hard talking and all of that stuff. No. It's not the first time her boyfriend has heard that, but she found the kind of man. She found the kind of beta simp that she could get away with just doing what she wants to do, because she's narcissistic. She's gonna talk anyway, speak any kind of way. The average brother, tell us, come on, Sonia, you already know. The average brother is going to tell her to kick rocks because no. Your waist ain't that slim. Your breast ain't that big. Your butt ain't that fat. And what's between your legs ain't that good for me to sit here and let you just run off at your mouth and talk like that. No, no, he's looking for an exit plan. How in the world, Lord, do I get out of this? I mean, he at night, he up at night formulating a geometric equation so that he can get out of that mess, because that ain't going to work. And look at it. He's taking care of her. He's providing for her. She's walking around in the house. He's at work. She's fired. Fired on the day off. Showing off the house, talking about this, talking about that. This ain't no EBT, all that crazy stuff, man. God's ride or die chick says alpha black men will not put up with it, but the beta men will. Now, listen, what is your Cash App? If you send me a private message, you deserve a Cash App for that. Alpha black men ain't going for that. You're right. You're right. But a beta black male would, or a beta white guy, some guy, and the word is that her boyfriend, he's working at some pro LGBTQ woke church. That's what he's doing. And so she found a broke back mountain guy. She's probably not even sexually turned on by the guy, but she's probably using him. She probably care less about what they're doing in the bedroom. She just got a house to put her trifling self in. That's it. That's all she cares about. Everything else, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She probably not sexually stimulated or turned on by him at all. But she got a place to lay her head and to put her old funky mouth. That's all she has. And so therefore, oh yeah, she'll convince him that, oh yeah, I want to be with you. I want to do this, whatever. No, man. That guy needs to tell her to pack it up. Get it. He needs to tell her, get it all. Go in there, get all them shoes, get them clothes, get all them tracks, all them bobby pins, get that MAC makeup, get all that shea butter, that's all that stuff. Clean the ring around the tub before you leave too. Get it all. Listen, I done had it. Grab all of it. Pack up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Robert said, don't forget the lashes. Robert, you funny, man. Robert said, don't forget the lashes. Yeah, get the lashes. Take the lashes. Get it all. You hear me? Get your keratin treatment. Get that ugly nightgown that you wear at night when you don't want to do nothing. You know that ugly nightgown, doc. Get that one. Get that one. Sonya said, and the fake booty. Ann says, not the shea butter. Charity Boswell says her husband probably likes men anyway. Ooh. No, you didn't, Charity. Now, Charity, girl, you throwing haymakers, girl. You in here. Boom. That's right. Her husband probably likes men anyway. So putting her out may be on the way. There it is. There it is. Oh, Living the Light says the bonnet. Get that bonnet. Get that bonnet that you put on your head when you're getting ready to go to bed. Get that ugly nightgown. Get them holy drawers. Ain't been to a store to buy some decent underwear in 2 years. She don't care. Cause I mean, she ain't trying to put her best foot forward. She just want to be in there and just be a tyrant and run that trap. And that's what she's done. And she lost her job. Now it's reported that she was once a mayoral appointee. How does that work? So this is who they appointed in Houston? Is it that bad? Shaven says, greetings, brother in Christ. Hope all is well. Yeah, I would have told her to take her Timu, but hold on. Chavis, boy, you talking. I would have told her to take her Timu bust down wig and gone somewhere. You got it. And tell her matter of fact, but don't this what when you tell them to leave with the Timu bust down wig. Now I want you to go get a broom or go get that Dyson, go get that Dirt Devil and sweep up all of them, all that hair that's done build up from you shedding that horse weave. Go get every last bit of it and make sure you vacuum clean that stuff up, and you got to go. You got to go. And don't tell her when I get back you need to be gone. Give her a no matter of fact, give her a time and sit there and wait and be helpful. Oh yeah, you need me to fold this up. Girl, I got you. Yeah, this is so nice. Put it in there, folding it all neat, hanging it, buy the good hangers to help her get her stuff and get them out of there. And put everything neat and nice in the U-Haul and send her on her way. Sade, Sadie, Sada, however you say her name, she's a wreck. She gives the wrong impression to people and how they see our community. That's why we have to address these things. We can't see these issues and problems and not say anything about it and take the position of, well, if it was a white, if it was a black camp and somebody died, they would be talking about it. And so she got a point though, the only reason why they're talking about these 60 girls or campers that got killed, even though there's been 160 plus people killed in Texas, is just because they white. I mean, listen, man, if your heart bleeds that, something is wrong with you. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. I believe that Sade, however you say it, Perkins, she's the black Shiloh Hendrix. Angie Ponder says that man may love her and deal with her accordingly. Revel. Angie? My sister name is Angie, and I love Angie. Her real name is Angela, but we call her Angie. Angie Ponders. Bless your heart. Ain't that much love in the whole wide world. Now, I love you. But ain't that much love in the world to deal with that. She's going live with that kind of spirit. That's not closed door. The world don't get to see who you really are. Behavior. She put the whole thing out there, Angie. Now, I love you. I love the name Angie. I love you, Angie. I don't know about that one. But Sade Perkins is the black Shiloh Hendrix. Do y'all remember Shiloh Hendrix? Do y'all remember her? Let me know if you remember Shiloh Hendrix. That's the white woman who called a 8 to 12-year-old boy on the playground, a kid, the N-word because the kid was trying to go through a purse and get a juice box or something like that. I mean, literally, Angie said, hasn't he publicly stated that he doesn't affirm her statement? Yes, he publicly stated that, but I don't think that relationship is going to go much further than where it's at. And he would be a wise man to separate ties from her. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. Let me give you an old school statement. The Charity Boswell, the N-word. Yes, you're right. Angie, I don't think that juice is worth the squeeze. Now, you might do. Pray for her, you know what I mean? Pray that it works. Pray that the white beta LGBTQ pastor serving dude stays with her. Pray that works out. That's just the real talk. Pray that it works out, but I think it's dead. I think it's DOA. But yeah, Sade Perkins is the white Shiloh Hendrix. That's the girl that called the young boy the N-word for going through her bag. Now, when that situation took place, I came out and condemned Shiloh Hendrix for what she said to that kid. No child deserves for you to call them the N-word, let alone any other derogatory term in that manner. No kid deserves that. No kid deserves that. Well, he was going through a bag. Okay, I gave several stories when that took place of times that I'd been at, the trampoline park or at the pool. There was a little white kid, 2 or 3 years of age, going through my wife's bag. She had some Cheez-Its in there or some goldfish or whatever. The kid was evidently hungry. My wife opened the bag and said, no, let him have some. But the kid was going through the bag. Are we now supposed to call that child, or my wife is supposed to call that child a derogatory term, a racist slur to correct the child? Should she go fly off the handle and use expletives and the B word, the F word, get that blank, 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 blank child away from my bag? No. You know what she did? Out of the kindness of her heart. Same here. She said, well, if the kid is hungry, feed the child. Don't become racist and call him the N-word. I was in the airport a week ago, and it was the morning time. I had a bottle of water, and I had a banana in my hand. We were standing near our gate. Our flight was going to board in about 5 or 6 minutes. And there was a baby, 2 years of age, when I walked over there near the gate to check in. The 2-year-old went crazy because she saw the banana in my hand. That baby wanted that banana so bad, and mama did her best to keep the baby controlled, but evidently the child was hungry. You know what I did? And I wanted that banana too, I ain't gonna lie to you. I gave the banana to the baby, and the child is 2, the mom is white, the baby's white. I don't care. The baby's hungry. She wanted the banana that bad. I mean, like, banana, nana. That's what, all loud. Nana, nana, nana. Mommy, nana, nana, nana. You know what I did? I took the banana and I just told the mom, no, let her have it. Walked about 15 feet to the store where I got it from and went and got another banana. That one I hid because ain't nobody taking this banana, all right? But I did it out of the kindness of my heart. Shiloh Hendrix could have handled that situation in a better way. She should have given that young boy, whose parents evidently weren't there or whatever, she should have given that young boy grace and mercy and not called him out of his name. Instead, she should have said, all right, listen, let me teach you a lesson. Don't go through people's bags. If you are thirsty or hungry, go to your parents or something like that. But here is a juice box because it's sealed. I'm not gonna worry about nobody trying to poison the little boy. Yeah, it's sealed. Take this and you can drink it this time, but don't go through anyone's bag anymore. That's the way to handle that. Why am I saying this? Because I keep it 100, regardless of who it is. When it came to the Shiloh Hendrix situation and she showed that she was racist, I made multiple statements about that publicly. Now with this Sade Perkins situation, and she has proved that she's racist. Even though she got this beta LGBTQ pastor guy at home that she just living off of. I addressed this situation as well. What am I saying? If it's a white person doing it and they're showing that they're racist, call it out. If it's a black person doing it and they show that they're racist, call that out as well. I need more people who get on this YouTube and these other platforms to do the same thing. Call it how you see it. Don't get funny. Don't get funny. Don't get funny on me when it's your kind. And you feel like, oh, I can't say it because that may rub my audience the wrong way. No, if a white person is being racist, call their racist tail out. If a black person is being racist, call their racist behind out as well. Call them out. Call them out. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I weak or am I strong? When you see racism, I don't care who it is, Hispanic, white, European, Brazilian, Indian. You know, Indians, they can be very racist because they have a caste system. You know, if you're a certain shade of pigmentation over in India, then you're a peasant. That's racism, man. We need white people to call out whites' inadequacies when they prove to be racist. We need blacks to point out black inadequacies when blacks show that they are racist. Don't just jump on here and work the algorithm and do your thumbnails and your videos when it fits your audience. Because you can do that and make money, but how much money do you need? I want to sleep good at night. And oh, I do sleep good. I sleep good at night now. When I get to sleep, when I finally go, when my wife is on here, when she let me go a few rounds, you know, I knock out real quick. You understand what I'm saying? She gonna be mad at me, y'all. Crystal gonna be mad at me. But yeah. When she let me do what I need to do to get this stress off me. Oh yeah. After that, gonna sleep good. I'm gonna sleep good, real good. Chavis is laughing. Don't laugh. I'm telling the truth. I get a couple rounds. My wife is giving me the emoji like, oh my goodness, did he just say that? Yeah, I said it. Give me a couple rounds, Doc. I don't need just one. I need about two. Give a good 2 or 3, so I can go ahead and sleep on in the name of Jesus. Hello, somebody. Huh? Can't sleep right. I got too much on me. I'm a hard-working man. I got too much to do. Y'all hear me? I'm working too hard, man. I'm working sometimes. I work 8 days a week, and there's 7 days in a week. Somebody gonna get that when they get home. I work 8 days a week, and there's 7 days a week. I work from bell to bell. I'm up sometimes 3 and 4 in the morning. Take red eyes to get to where I'm going. Take red eyes to get back home. You got the roll, baby. Huh? You got the roll. Somebody said it's so cool that you married Crystal. I remember her interview with G. Craig Lewis. That's right, back in the day. Chavis said, I understand, I married to the rounds. That's right. You know, 1 round. Come on, man. I got a healthy heart. I ain't got no blood pressure problems. I'm not a diabetic. I go to the gym. Hello, somebody. I do cardio. I lift weights. Give me no time limit. Let me go till I quit. In Jesus' name. Now, we just talked about a lot. Let me move on. Chavis said, "Healthy hearts make a happy home." That's right. That's right. That's right. It's the truth. Shante Phillips says, when addressing issues, especially redeemed Christians, not lip service religion, you need to be truthful from beginning to end, leave nothing out. That's true. Hey, Shante, I do my best to do that. I do my best to do that and to keep it real and to say what needs to be said. And so I just wanted to come on with you all and talk about these issues. Angie Ponder said the miss is going to put you in timeout. She might put me in timeout, but she can't do it tonight because I'm in Arizona. So she can't do nothing. until I get back home. And when I get home, she's gonna be asleep. And so I'm good. She'll forget about it. Sonia says the Bible says nothing about retirement. All right. That's funny. Yeah. So y'all pray for me. We just talked about the Sade, however you say her name, Perkins situation where she was racist and talked about the white campers at Camp Mystic, and we talked about the carnival issue as well. I'm going to a school board meeting to speak tonight at 6 p.m. I have to speak at a church at 4 p.m. for about 45 minutes. Y'all do me a big favor and pray for me. Pray for me that the Lord would strengthen me and give me what to say and how to say it, and that I continue to stand strong for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Listen, if I said something that offended you, I think I got some ibuprofen for the inflammation and the swelling, all right? But hey, I'm here to speak the truth. We should speak the truth on these issues, regardless of pigmentation and color. Speak the truth. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I weak or am I strong? Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share this content, put the content out. Give me some more thumbs up and the like so we can push the algorithm, because there is no rhythm like the algorithm. God bless you. I'm getting ready to go lay down. I'm gonna drink the rest of this bottle of water. I'm gonna drink this water right here. I'm gonna eat about seven Skittles, and I'm going to sleep because I got to be up to go speak at this church. I love y'all, and I've been traveling all day, all morning, till we meet again.